What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Genshin video. And as you guys can see by the title of the video, Yelan did get a pretty big nerf, so if you guys could support the video, that would greatly be appreciated. And let's just get right into it. Now, if you guys have been checking on Twitter or any type of sources recently, you will see that in the 2.7 beta, as of the latest beta update, Yelan's Q coordinated arrow hits are now 1 unit, which if you guys don't know what units are, we are going to go ahead and talk about that, but her original amount of units were 1.5. And if math is correct, 1.5 is greater than 1. So now let's just explain what units are, because I know there's a lot of people that don't understand it, and I am not exactly the most intelligent person with it, but I do kind of get the gist of it. Unit is the symbol you see above the enemy's head. So let's just say, for example, that you are using Yelan as we're talking about. She deals 1 unit of Hydro, and then you use Hu Tao's elemental skill and apply her 0.5 units of Pyro on top of the Hydro, which is the symbols above the head. It would react and vaporize, and basically 0.5 would just be half of the symbol that you see on the screen. So if you generate 1, you see the whole entire image. 0.5 would be half of that, and you'd only see half of the Hydro compared to before, or whatever element you're using. And if you are using Hu Tao and apply her 0.5 units of Pyro, it obviously reacts and vaporizes, as I was saying before. And then after that, there will be 0.5 Hydro left, in Yelan's case at least. So let's say you use 1 more Hu Tao elemental skill, it will react, vaporize again, and then that will end the rest of the Hydro left that you see on the screen above the enemy's head. And the reason that this is relevant is because if Yelan did 1.5 units of Hydro originally, then Hu Tao would be able to apply Pyro 3 times, and Yelan will have enough time to reset the Hydro and basically just make it become an endless cycle, making her better than Xingqiu in my personal opinion. Now, if the leaks are correct, then Xingqiu C6 is definitely better than Yelan. Although it's not too crazy, Yelan is still good, which we will be talking about that, but C6 Xingqiu just kind of changes the whole game. This definitely changes everything, especially if you're using Xingqiu fully constellated with Hu Tao vape comps. Now, before C6, you could say that's questionable for Xingqiu on vape comps with Hu Tao due to his elementals generating between 2 to 3 swords. But at C6, this kind of just changes everything, because on the 3rd wave, he will apply 5 of his rain swords instead of the original amount that he was doing. And then also on top of that, his rain swords around him will also apply 1 unit of Hydro, making him extremely consistent applying Hydro for Hu Tao to thrive, especially in the vape comps. And also, just keep in mind, you cannot stack these units. You can't just keep doing 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit, and then you have 4 units. It doesn't work like that. And for any Yelan wanters out there, because I'm still personally going to be getting her, do not feel discouraged by this, man. I know this might be copium that I'm saying this, but don't feel discouraged by this. I know that everyone's going to say Xingqiu is better now. And at C6, Xingqiu is definitely better, but that does not take away that much from Yelan, because why not have both? And I'm not saying go out there and hunt for both, but it's still really good to have both of them because they're still very viable. And if you really are just that encouraged to main Yelan, you want to use her with Hu Tao, then the best thing that I could say is at her C2, you can see that she does fire an additional arrow after her exquisite throw conducts a coordinated attack, making her extremely viable with applying Hydro. So if you do want to get her C2, although that is kind of wailing, you definitely can. And I mean, it is kind of hard to get a C6 4-star over just getting the 5-star character, because there are pities at least for those. You aren't guaranteed to get the 4-star that you want, even though you are guaranteed a 4-star every multi. And just because the Hydro character isn't the greatest with Hu Tao, that doesn't make them bad, because Yelan could still be good with someone like Yoimiya, and she could still thrive. Although I still would prefer to use Xingqiu, especially at C6, just because of the sword difference and everything like that. So let me know down below, are you guys still going to be getting Yelan? Because as I said before, I definitely will. I still think she's a very viable unit. Although, you know, I've said it a million times, but we all know who is the better character. But if you do want her that bad, go ahead and go for her, use her. The game should still be about which character you want to use at the end of the day. You don't always have to chase meta. But that's pretty much gonna do it for the video. If you guys could subscribe, that would help me out a ton. I am new to doing Genshin content, so that's pretty much gonna do it. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.